Ladies and gentlemen, history does not whisper, it speaks again and again with unmistakable clarity. From the grandeur of Rome to the golden cities of Mali, from the bustling markets of Istanbul to the scholarly halls of Timbuktu, empires have risen, shone, and crumbled, and each time their collapse was not truly caused by the sword from without, but by the silence within. They fell when trust broke down. They fell when elites hoarded power and wealth. They fell when pluralism, once their greatest strength, was suffocated by fear, corruption, and ethnic exclusion. And today, I ask us to look, not to the past, but to ourselves, to Sierra Leone. For if we are honest, we must admit that the same slow erosion that swallowed great empires is eating at the roots of our nation. Our statecraft is cracking, not all at once and not loudly, but cracks begin quietly. We see them when rural communities feel invisible to central decisions. We see them when tribal loyalties trump national unity. We see them when young people lose faith in the ballot and in the institutions meant to protect them. These are not just governance challenges. These are warnings. The very same patterns that broke Mali and Songhay are present here. Over-centralization, elite capture, ethnic politicization, cultural suppression, and yet history also offers us a way forward. In Sierra Leone's darkest hour, after war had scarred our land, it was not only government programs or foreign aid that restored peace. It was our people. It was our ritual systems. It was our elders. The poorer and Sunday societies did what institutions could not. They brought reconciliation, restored dignity, and rebuilt trust. That is the lesson we must learn again. We must rebuild the state, not just structurally but spiritually. We must empower local governance, not just by name, but by giving absolute authority and resources. We must institutionalize pluralism, not as a political slogan, but as a daily reality. Let every language, every lineage, every region feel seen in the nation's story. We must stop treating culture as decoration and start treating it as the bedrock of governance. Law and ritual can coexist. Custom and constitution can strengthen each other. We must make fairness visible. Let taxes fund roads, schools, and clinics in every district, not just in capital cities. Let young people from every ethnicity believe they can lead, not by patronage, but by merit. And above all, we must tell a new national story. One not based on what divides us, but what binds us. Our shared survival, our shared struggle, and our shared hope. Let us be the generation that learns from the fall of empires, not by lamenting them, but by refusing to repeat them. Let us not wait for collapse. Let us choose cohesion. Let us build a Sierra Leone where no tribe is forgotten, no voice is ignored, and no child grows up believing their surname already decides their future. History will judge us, not by the titles we held, but by the trust we rebuilt. Let us begin. Thank you.
Yes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. History will judge us, not by what we do, but by the trust we build. For those who are Christians and everybody who cares to celebrate the Nordic ceremony that we call Christmas, season's greetings. Season's greetings to all of you. But beware, Jesus was not born in December, he was born in April. Christmas is a Nordic ceremony. that was exchanged in negotiation for Roman Catholicism to exist in Europe. But let's celebrate it. The only thing is, in celebrating things that we have been told, we have to understand that we are moving from one epoch into another. The days of deception, lies, fear-mongering, and mind controls are coming to an end. They are. Whether we like it or not, they're coming to an end. We are entering into a new epoch. And as we finish this year, entering into 2026, it is but necessary for us to begin to ask certain pertinent questions, because the events of the world as they are demand that people begin to pay attention to their lands of birth. People begin to pay attention to their culture, their origins, etc. It is not gainsay that since the beginning of 2025 up to date, migration and issues surrounding migration have been top on the global agenda. It is no gainsay that living out of your land of birth is becoming a challenging task for everybody. So the question here is, why should a land with a very small population, less than the size, 1/4 of the size, of Lagos City in Nigeria, with so much potentials, have a system that does not work, a system that is dead, moribund, but full of loud praises, noise making, mirages, etc., etc. Why? What is wrong with that land? Since that land got independence in 1961, it has virtually been controlled by the same set of people, going by two names: the All People's Congress Party, the Sierra Leone People's Party. They would feed you all kind of gaslight, but be assured it's the same people that have been recycling themselves. When the APC ruled Sierra Leone for 18 years, over 70% of those claiming to be SLPP are now in the SLPP. We are part and parcel of that APC government. Some of them held some of the highest offices on the land. So for people to begin to say, this did this, that did that, it sounds funny to some of us who know. It sounds unbelievable to some of us who know. But we cannot continue to entertain the anguish, the angst, and the anger that this messed up situation has taken our country through for 64 and more years. We are coming to what is known as Christmas, a condition that we have been brainwashed to believe in, that we celebrate, and everybody feels they have a right to celebrate. I celebrate life, but I celebrate it on a different level. Every morning when I get up, I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for being here. I celebrate life every day. Celebrating in gratitude is what prayer is all about. I do that every day. I don't have to read Arabic or Latin to celebrate that. I have to just commune. But if people have been made to believe that there should be special days for celebration, and then we have a situation wherein the majority of these people cannot even afford the daily celebration of life, to get up in the morning, drink clean water, eat properly prepared food, be able to go about their business under normal circumstance. And yet, we are all over the place talking about we've done this, we've done that. We need to ask certain questions. This APC versus SLPP, which is now becoming APC fighting APC. We've seen it, we've heard it. Within the same APC, there are hundreds of bloggers or whatever they call themselves, which I believe they are not, going all over the place, defaming, slandering, providing stories they cannot prove. Within the SLPP, we see the same thing. And because they have access to state resources, they are taking it to the next step. Now we see motorcades, etc., all over the place, fooling the people. I would want to make a statement here, and I want Sierra Leoneans to listen to it carefully. It has been the case before. It will always be the case. Nations and empires do not fall from external invasion or external influence. If Europe was able to colonize Africa, it was not because of the guns and machetes that the Europeans had. It was because internally in Africa, there was a weakness which they capitalized on. If there was slave trade involving Europeans going to Africa to take Africans across the ocean, it's not because of the guns and machetes of the Europeans alone. There was internal involvement or internal conditions that assisted those processes. As I speak, those conditions are still on the continent. As I speak, those conditions are so much projected and pronounced in Sierra Leone that one would ask, what has all the education we claim to have done for us when we cannot see? We cannot see. We are a blind people. The sight of someone is measured according to the intellect of the person. Sight or seeing is not only physical. It is also a mental process. Because even what you think of as a physical process is a mental process. The waves pass through your eyes and the brain registers it. You build a perception in your mind of those waves. That is what is called sight. Your level of mental development, your level of exposure, your ability to critically examine and understand things is a part of your ability to see. We are blind in our country. We are blind on our continent. We have been blinded by the physical because we don't think beyond it. So what we see is what we understand. We don't have time to sit down and say, oh, maybe something beyond this. Or maybe there is something beyond this. And because we don't want to develop to that next level, that is why we put premium on mystics. And it is this premium on mystics that we transfer into what we call religion. We depend on some external force to come and do what we should be doing. We depend on some external force to come and think for us for issues that we should be thinking about and solving. With the present trend that the world is going towards, we have to begin to change our belief systems. We have to begin to change our perceptions. And then we would have an insight into the bigger picture of what we need to do as a people to develop ourselves. Because if we don't begin to go on that path now, chances are in the next decade or two, it's going to be tough. Today, I saw a video of a Somali born in America, raised in America, who was molested by ICE, taken to a facility. When later they discovered that he's a US citizen, they released him. They could not bring him back to the point they took him from. He had to call his parents to come and collect him. This is a warning to all of us. And if we have to heed to this warning, we have to begin to ask the necessary questions. Why is it that our countries are broken? What is responsible? How can we fix it? Do we always have to wait to create crises, to create wars before we can fix issues? What is the benefit that we get from only talking about what is wrong in our countries? Because when you go to social media, there are 100 and more places that talk, oh, this has done this, that has done that, oh, this has made this statement, that has made that statement. Is this the solution? Are those numerous talks the solution? The other day, Lai Lima was all over the place trying to defend himself for something that had happened for which possibly he may be prosecuted sometime in the future. Does that solve the issue? No, it doesn't. How do we solve these issues? How do we get rid of impunity? How do we get rid of abuse of power? Is it by fighting new wars all the time, creating more hatred? Or is it by looking at the very root cause and coming with workable solutions that will allow everybody to feel they are part of and function within the same system? Severally here, I have been discussing and talking about the need for us to research our culture, be inclusive about what should be brought on board, how we should tailor our governance system so that there will be enough decentralization for everybody to feel belonging. But one thing I've seen with us, the colonization of our mentality is still our crisis. For most people, they would listen to you if you come and begin to say, I am Dr. This, Professor this. And one thing we are forgetting is that the doctor, the professor, whatever he has acquired as knowledge came from somebody else. And that somebody else acquired knowledge from somebody else. Aliman never had a university to attend, but Aliman started science. Primitive as he was, he started science. What am I saying? Knowledge is universal. I don't have to go to a British or French school for me to be able to think. I don't have to be able to speak the English language for me to be able to think. Otherwise, the Norwegians don't think. The Chinese don't think. The Germans don't think. The Romanians don't think. The Ukrainians don't think. But believe me, go to these countries, you would see innovators in droves. Yes. As a matter of fact, people from Central Europe, former countries that were connected to the western flank of the Soviet Union, they have the highest level of technical and vocational training. They have the highest level of technological training, in Europe. The English language or French language are just mediums of communication, for God's sake. Speaking them does not determine one's education. As a matter of fact, one thing I would say about the British system that was introduced to Africa is that it was meant to build servants, not innovators and masters. And when somebody has been taught to be subservient, then you put that person in an office of power. He thinks all the other people should be subservient to them. This is one of the crises we have in our politics in Sierra Leone. People think because they are up there, so it's a right for them to do as they like, bully the people as they like, and don't care about what is being done properly or what has to be done. The tables are turning. The tables are turning. Our leaders have to begin to understand that the global system cannot accommodate most of what they think they can do and go scot-free anymore. We saw what happened in Benin. And for those who know the background, they know this has been an issue that has been for decades, since that country was called Dahomey. This has been a crisis that was suppressed by impunity. Now, the issue is emerging. Let us look at it from two fronts. First and foremost, there has been too many coups d'etats in West Africa. And whenever there is coup d'etat, there has to be periods of instability. People have to move, people have to run, people migrate. Europe is gradually, like the United States, becoming anti-immigrant. Only that they are more moderate. They are more moderate. And the fact that that has started does not mean it's going to continue to be moderate. It doesn't. Because governments change, leaders change, perceptions change. Now, we see Nigeria being used to stabilize Benin. We see the ECOWAS being used, and for God's sake, can the chairman keep quiet? He has little or nothing influence on that. Some of us know the bigger game. You are just there to be seen, please. It's a process that is taking place. And that process, for those who think, should provide a foundation for us to begin to ask the relevant questions. Are we ready to continue to be marionettes, to be taken here and there as and when certain people think or feel they should? The inability of the African to come up with a definite, sustainable political plan. The inability of the African to come with a sustainable economic plan over the centuries. The wish by the African to bully and lord it over his fellow African is the very root cause for everything that is wrong on our continent. It is the very deep-rooted cause of everything going wrong in Sierra Leone right now. And don't get me wrong, it's not only one political party that is responsible for that. It is our social psychology that is responsible for that. And if we want to change Sierra Leone, let us sit down quietly and ask the necessary questions. How do we change that psychology of, how do I call it? When somebody thinks he has the right over others, entitlement over others, he should dictate the pace of things. And these same people going with this attitude will go to church or mosque to pray and say, oh, we believe in God. God told us he made all of us equal. If you believe in God, begin to demonstrate it by doing unto others what you want done unto you. Nobody is asking you to steal state money and give to people. What we are saying is provide systems and institutions, provide ethical standards, provide the platform, political as well as economic, for everybody to feel they belong to that place that was carved in Berlin in 1884 and which today is called Sierra Leone. And the same applies for the rest of Africa, because those political economies that we have were created and forced on us. If 60 and more years after independence, we have not realized that the boundaries are part of the discomfort, and we should look at how we can redefine our political structure for these boundaries to remain, but at the same time, let us have stability, then we should stop talking about being educated. We should. And we should stop giving excuses, because that's another thing about us. Our inability to think is always coated with excuses. Oh, after us, it's happening all over. Yes, it's happening all over the world. And it maybe it's worse in some part of the world. But it's not having the same effect as it is having on us. It's not. They found sustainable solution to these issues that we want to make comparisons about, and then things are working for them. But with us, the only solution is I should be, you should stay under. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. The worst thing you can do to any human being is to take away his humanity. The use of impunity in any way, in any manner, in any form, is an infringement on the humanity of other people. We have to learn the art of negotiation. We have to learn what I would call mutual collaboration. Mutual collaboration in the sense that we can have different beliefs, we can have different perceptions, we can have different traditions, but we each have to respect what the other is. When I started, I said season greetings. That does not mean I celebrate Christmas, but I'm respecting the fact that there are people who celebrate it. This level of civility and ethical consideration is one of the things that is lacking in us as a race. It's with us as a race. We don't have that civility to respect the space, the belief, and the perception of others. That's why we don't talk to each other. We talk at each other. Everybody knows. Yes, everybody knows. But everybody should allow everybody to exercise their knowledge. Everybody should allow everybody to develop their talents. It's our inability to allow people to develop their talents that is the reason for poverty with us. It's not about how much money the country's money cannot make anybody rich. It cannot take anyone out of poverty. It's the country's economic infrastructure. It's the country's systemic infrastructure that allows people to create wealth. When that infrastructure is stymied, by patrimony, by favoritism, and such conditions, then people cannot participate. People cannot build their talents. People cannot be innovative. And what is the end product? Wealth is not created. And because wealth is not created, that is why we always have to go and beg. We are running beggar governments. You read your budget, you can only account for 40% of the money that you may need to service your country. The rest of it is, let me see if I can go and talk to IMF. Let me call the European Union. How long are we going to continue like that? How long, especially now that we are moving towards a dual global economic system, where you have the BRICS, you have the IMF group or the Bretton Woods group. Are we going to be now the international pendulum? You run to BRICS, they don't give you. You run to IMF, they don't give you. Are we really serious with this? Do we think life is about passing here, building houses, buying cars, bearing children? Do we think that's the only thing we need to do, passing here? These countries we run to when our countries get wrecked, it took them centuries to reach this level. Those who started building the foundation of these economies have died a long time ago. But they did it because they knew they were passing here to leave legacies. The African lacks the ability to leave legacy. We have to begin to look at that. We don't build legacies because we think legacies are material things. And let me do it I get for do. Let me enjoy myself, then I'll go. That's why we're stuck. Mansa Musa had gold. Even now they say he was the richest man ever to live. Where is that gold? Where is that wealth? Because we lack the ability to leave legacies. It's about us now and nothing else. We go all over the place, massaging our ego and our emotions. We like titles. We like fame. That's our biggest crisis. We have to grow emotionally. Our emotional intelligence is very low as a people. And we have to accept that, because when you say it, a lot of us get annoyed. Being annoyed about the truth is immaturity. Accepting the truth is maturity and bravery. The African has to mature. The Sierra Leonean has to mature. We have to be brave enough to accept that this is not right about us. How do we change it? We cannot be the best. It's not possible, because that's the impression we give all the time. Hey, now it's not me. It's all of us. It's all of us. None of us are perfect. All of us are messed up here because we've been through centuries of brainwashing. And most of us don't even know who we are presently. Most of us. We just go by names and maybe 2 or 3 generation knowledge. A lot of us would only tell you about their father, their grandfather. Great-grandfather, no. Beyond the great-grandfather, no. It's part of the mess. Countries that will survive the new global order that is emerging have to be closely knit with their culture. So we better begin to go and learn our culture. Our culture is what defines us. Our culture holds the resources that we need to think about, modernize, innovate, and make into competitive goods. All the technology we are using today, they came from cultures. Yes, they came from cultures. The people took time to think, plan, research, experiment, develop, and make their culture into goods and services. We don't have time for that. We want to go and buy from China. We want to buy from America, from Britain. And you can be buying all the time, but if you don't produce, there'll come a time you don't have money to buy. Because life is a two-lane road. It's a two-way street. If you buy, you have to sell. If you sell, you have to buy. Like the Susu say, Baragasiga, Baragafa. It goes and comes. In Africa, it's always going. It doesn't come. Or if it is coming, it doesn't go. We have a one-lane mentality. One lane. It's about me and nobody else. And this we have taken and built into political parties. That's why when I hear people talk, we need a third force. The APC and SLPP have failed. The APC and SLPP have not failed. They have only shown us who we are. A third force coming will do the same and worse. A third force coming. I don't care whoever that person is. As long as that person thinks and believes and perceives the way all of us do, it's the same way they are going to act. We are as clever as we think. We can see as far as we think. So if we want to change, it's a task for each and every one of us. But more so, it's a task for those who are volunteered to go into state management, calling themselves politicians. It's a task for you. Politics is not about dancing and cursing and fighting. It's about planning and structuring the wealth of a nation and building legacies that will stand the test of time. If we don't do that, then we have wasted time passing here on earth. Because if we cannot build sustainable systems, if we cannot build sustainable institutions, if we cannot build legacies of knowledge and self-producing infrastructure, then why have we passed here? Show me one company in Africa owned by an African that has lasted a century. Show me one. Show me one company in sub-Saharan Africa that has lasted over 50 years. We have to do better. We have to do better because the global trend will not treat us kindly if we don't begin to sober up, especially in a country like Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone has a very small population. Sierra Leone has a very small population. We have so much potentials. The port of Freetown is a very big potential. With proper planning, with proper international initiatives, the port of Freetown can be a very big income earner for Sierra Leone. Everybody shouting, I can see we can pull railway. That railway was serving a British purpose. It was outdated. Now we can use our intuitions, our innovative abilities to look at how do we build a railway that will profit us. Is it about going up to Pendembu to go and bring banana and cassava for us to eat and get fat alone? Or is it about looking at the relevance of the only natural harbor in Africa and looking at landlocked countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, Niger, and say, okay, can we negotiate with these people? Let us invest in a railway that will leave Freetown and go as far as Niamey or beyond, even up to Uganda. Do we know how much economic growth and development that will initiate? You politicians, do you think? You go all over the place shouting, if I become president, I'll do this, I'll do that. You are so narrow. You don't even see the bigger picture. We don't even need to go to IMF for that. If we can only sell the case in West Africa, we can get other countries involved. We can get our people. We mobilize them. We form a capital market. People will chip in. Who gives $1,000, $100? Ethiopia has done it. Ethiopia has done it. They've built one of the biggest dams in Africa from mostly internal revenue mobilization. There's so much potential, but because our mentality is full of ego, because our mentality is one of impunity, we don't see these simple things that we can work on. And the next problem we have is we think, oh, if I have to do this, I have to eat the benefits during my time. And I have only 2 terms. So why do I care? If George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and others, we are thinking that way. Most of you in America who sit there to talk a lot of crap, praising nonsense, will not be there. Because most of the problems of Sierra Leone today is from the uninformed messages coming from Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora. People who lack the ability to think. They can only be there to say yes, sir. They come to the diaspora, work like slaves, make money. They go back home and begin to make, I am this, I am that. And our country is rotten. If all of us were right, Sierra Leone will not be as it is. So it's time we put the niceties away. It's time we put the politics away. We are entering into a new epoch. 2026 is the beginning of a new epoch. And let me say one thing here. For those of you shouting APC, SLPP in the diaspora, why is your people are suffering in Sierra Leone? If you get caught up in the net, you will never have my sympathy. Yes, sir. Hello?
Yes, this is Jaro. Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you, sir? Today, na course at the course now.
I don't know if you forgot.
Are they course intelligently, but I don't know.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I mean, just on that duties what we did perform.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's part of life. It's part of life. You have to.
So now civilized way they do.
Yes.
Yes.
We will try wake up. We sleep now. We head doc.
I will continue for talk more.
We will try wake up. The world is entering a new phase.
Of course, everybody they take care of himself.
Yes.
Splendid isolation.
Exactly.
The one the way they for the cost no more. I mean for the big when big no more they can.
It can done. It can done. It can done.
Every country therefore take care of itself. So if your human resources they only know how to smoke push, no problem. And the one the way they do bad now, where they destroy the country, they want people for them they indulge themselves in smoking push forever.
No, so because they get the mentality of impunity. It's part of the mentality of impunity. Control the people through substance or use of force. That's what they are doing. Go ahead, sir. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dialogue. The issue about unity and for control, people regarding the failures that when they take place now, political failures as you outline them, I think we they talk about this, we understand state culture and a way of life, but there are times when people then will become like idiots, and myself I don't join you on the course.
Go ahead.
People have become idiots because Mr. Jallo, culture they change. If you don't change, it really they shift a little bit because you know what? The actors, when they promote this way of life, will meet generation to generation, they're not constant. And the issues and the actors, they're not reside in a constant environment.
Life is not constant.
There must be the perimeter. Who said them in no say, yeah, and the perimeter, who said this culture stop? How about if the town now old part and don't left there now, or the part they all don't die and new people don't come? They want to tell me, say, over 100 years, we for continue for do the same thing. So the salon, the way of life, when our culture, whatever, why is it that people are not they adopt new ways of thinking? Like, for instance, new way of thinking, they say, wait, we country from time immemorial, pass me the top, say, we don't get $20 billion debt. And why they take a bigger? They grab, then say, would they go China? China just don't can give 10 computer to Sierra Leone. So the police then are salon. China, they don't can give a CCTV camera there. So the police then are salon. For build, then they make a celebration for that. Where the country supposed to get millions of those across the country for monitor.
Because if I don't see them, they know what you wait them for ask for. If they all over the police.
I see the police na salon, the IG, they celebrate and make a whole big ceremony. Because China don't can give camera, CCTV camera. China don't can give computer. All that bigger culture. We generation now for begin things say we know for the big. If now dirty job go do for let's get the respect of you and your family instead of the constantly the thing for go and bed for a survivor. So the culture of Sierra Leoneans, the poverty way they talk about how much we are caught up in suffering and poverty, it's by design. Because now so then designates the lifestyle of the people. And the way they promote that particular side, then they promote them because they believe, say, if people's lives they improve, if people are able to think, if people then learn, and they able come up with information, ideas, we go make their life them better, then it don't be a negative impact to them when they promote the bad.
Well, it's not a negative impact.
Well, the negative, maybe I make them
now. I understand what you say. I understand what you say. I just want to make a point. You started by talking about keeping people in poverty, not so?
Mm-hmm.
Poverty is a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
The state of mind of poverty of somebody can affect the material condition of other people.
Of course.
Like you now, Papa, if your state of mind is one of poverty, you go do everything will go keep you in poverty, you begin and go suffer. Not so?
Yes.
Now the same thing we get in Sierra Leone. Now I make out I say na kosa the kosa today. The one that way they up here now they proclaim for be the knowing all politicians. Now then they suffer poverty of mind. Now then poverty of mind and the cowardice. Now I make them they do what and they do for keep the people under control. Because if they are not poor in their mentality, then for open up the space, let more people participate economically in the economy, where more people go pay taxes, where more money go come into the economy. I hope you get the trend where they go.
Oh no, let me just come inside that
Go
point.
ahead.
You know why? The point where is so very important. You talk about opening space. Opening space not mean say they open now the door, they go open physically.
No, just provide the infrastructure and the facilities.
Provide the environment in terms of
exactly
the action. Say for instance, like when they talk about the seaport as a major source where trade will go improve the society, because the more we they get goods and services where they move around, and even using the physical ports, like how we they talk in this year, it reduce what we call inflation. If people and get for go buy things there now all the time, they know they bring shipment directly to Sierra Leone. People and get for go na Guinea for go buy clothes. They get for go na Togo for go buy cancel salon in a very expensive way. Because why? Because they don't increase the ports.
Now retail costs, then they go buy in other countries. Then
they can't. They can't sell. And the same countries decide and they go buy in China. Now they don't need to go buy because of that impact there. And other things in they way be to say no go put trouble by you. Let's say for instance a dialogue. That will be talking this year. Where you talk that content guy for the school system. Education, you come because you want no more let them vote for you. You say it will be free. Okay, and if you look at the beginning when they born 2017, 2016, when 7 million, now we get over 8 million. If they begin, they don't can say they give things free. The population don't can increase within 7-8 years. Now you don't cause problem.
You not plan now for provide the free for
you don't plan and you don't know how to pay for it.
You get one toffee na yan. You say you want get 10 picking and this toffee. I go sheba.
Yeah. That's a problem. You see? So now, what you don't do, is the space where you don't close now. And inside this way, say free education, say all the school authorities them. From now on, it's not a law. They're not passing a parliament to in by your authority. They say no parent not for pay school fees again. No school authority administration not for collect money where they use for buy chalk, buy pen.
Well, they begin and go sit down and they look at themselves with the teacher.
No, well, let me just land no more now. Let me just land. Now, able to give this thing 2 times they pass, they give this money. And so now, the school authorities they don't can get problem. Where he say back non-stop, they say the parents they not pay for the exam them from the NPSC and from Becker and Was. They say government they pay. And when time reach, you don't get money for pay. Now you get over 500 schools that teach they don't enroll. At the time for follow-up, no, the 545 schools that were left in the don't enroll. Last year we get over 170,000 Becker students, they will not take the exam. So you see, they don't create the dropout rate. But if you not being can make the mindset of the parents them for say, you not get for, they not get for pay, they will continue for work. All you have to do is enable the climate, the environment, where they make people make the economy very comfortable and people benefit from the economy where they create. Then will continue for take the care of their families, then picking them, then business them. You know, as opposed to you can't lie, their families and don't fold their foot there and say government will take care. Now you not do one. It don't close the space. You see? So it's now a very tormenting something where they happen. And now, with a witness kind of a new phenomenon in that country, they will be to say it's now about fighting for their political life as opposed to looking after the people. They say not to
over the last from 2018 to now, honestly, not much has been done about developing Sierra Leone.
No.
It's all about politics.
Oh, yes.
We grab in the morning, you listen to any of them channels, it's all about politics, nothing about development.
No.
It's a sad state of affairs. It's a very sad state of affairs. One thing where they always get wrong, development itself is not about coming to build roads or buildings, etc. It's about empowering the human resource. How do you empower the human resource? Provide them with channel, let them get access for participate. Let it not be attached to any string. Secondly, provide the people with adequate information and knowledge. We go allow them to understand the environment and operate within the environment. We get all the ministries that they go and talk about Boku. But I never hear them sit down for talk about issue like what they say, feed salon. I've never had a program where they will come with strategic message for making the farmers they know say, now when we do so, now we'll get things working. You understand what they say? We are in a very sad state.
Well, let me bring farmer. Let me just say something. Ethiopia, they may face a problem with the climate change, the environment. Whereas they get a lot of rain, they get flooding, then they get dryness.
Ethiopia, we don't begin get a problem and they go school.
This is a mod, and it just become for talk about remediation in the issue. So the local scientists of Ethiopia, they came up with the idea for saying they want to get a climate resilient seedlings.
Okay.
Climate resilient. And then make what you say, no matter where the place dry, then seedlings are the group.
Yeah.
And
they use less water.
They try for make sure say for make what you say for them make them. Like for instance, in the United States, a lot of coffee shops within America now, and they been doing them deliberately because during the time when they get farming, then they promote the local food crop them like coffee. Where then they pull
Ethiopia, they produce a lot of coffee.
Where they can't sell it now, they say, and purposely they said we are allowed to buy this coffee. So it is send revenue to Ethiopia and they go to take. And they don't only stop them for say we are going to be like people that they come say no more with the help now. But then they genetically they make the coffee to a system whereby it even grow anyway. You don't care about any rain or not. And so now a lot of the coffee shops in America, it is said in the put and say this coffee is from Ethiopia. And then they bring them in one large chunks of which is said, and they bring revenue to local people. And so now this is what's happened. Now we get rain where they overrun people. In the last 2 years, we don't get so much flooding that it destroyed the rice then. But the rice, how we don't even attempt for say like Yunkela will get a degree in agriculture, a PhD in agriculture, for say how we can make even a genetically modified sort of rice. Where we to say even rain can flood as the water go, they spoil the rice. The rice could grow back. So some of the things and how for they do so that we will help agriculture as climate they become so destructive, but we're able to create something resilient in terms of the crop them when they're able to make you feed yourself. So instead of just sitting free time, say feed salad.
You know, to make a laugh. The simple process for control the overland flow, they do. It's a very simple process. All the overland flow here will they cause flooding. All we need for do some geodesic survey where we able to do.
No, but like now
Adekala just finished, sir. Do the geodesic survey. Now they tell you now the same thing they say. I want to let you listen. Do the geodesic survey where they give a broad-based view of which areas of Sierra Leone we don't deforest seriously. You hear me? Especially the areas that were in the escarpment zone. Who say you get a hill, like that Mabosi Hill. If the areas are deforested, when rain they come, the water they come down with speed. Then get thicker than now where they grow within 1 year. Then acacia trees.
Of course.
You remember where from 91 to Mayamba Junction, then that forest to it is so. Now acacia, I don't know if they don't cut they all.
They don't get tree now,
You see, before that Chinese hospital now Jue Junction, then thicker than we grow this so now acacia. Then thicker than they now doing MPRC term will be there and that plant a tree project. Now in them plant then trees then they. Then trees they grow within 1 year. Now reforestation drive where they help for all the water on the ground. These are simple things that should be done within 1 year. Look, Freetown, almost here now, flood lady. You know, we country in a broken country.
Let me tell you something. I did the research at the highest level on why environmental policies not the work now country. I've been decided to find out. If you have the opportunity to talk to the people, agriculturist, director of something, what they for do with the environment, you they feel the pain. I had people who literally said, from where then born, they not ever get a single instance with somebody. Don't even try to do it. I can try to do so. Then for make a research. Let me go check this. For make a research and do things then, like how you talk about this plant. I think they were asked questions on. And there are things that we underestimate. A lot of people in the think say, we keep talking about government's responsibility. Government, because for them, government, it only stop by election.
Election and give job to people. After that, government done.
Yes. So the thing that we talk so, the mayor of Freetown, it not only stop for plants, trees them, where they don't deforestate the entire peninsula, but he also they talk about the mangroves. Because the mangroves, it don't get a big impact because it gets a major role to play, now the ecosystem. So that. Hello, how are you?
Hello?
Yeah, so down, hold on for me, yeah? 1 second.
We have a lot of work to do in our country. We have a lot of work to do. But we need for open we brains them. We are sleeping. We need for wake up. We need for wake up in Sierra Leone. We cannot continue like this. The global order is changing. The days of going to IMF, European Union are coming to an end fast. Now you get BRICS. We don't go China almost will come out today with few computers and cameras. Is that what we want for Sierra Leone? When we can mobilize our resources internally and build the country? Why are we so much afraid of working with each other in Sierra Leone? Also, we pull this cowardice. Because it's cowardice. Because now you political party, then a power, you for close doors to people, you not for work with people.
Mr. Gallo.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gallo, me believes in our wickedness. When people in the fight, even when they say in a wrestling, when somebody they tap, we know say they don't overpower them. They can knock the ground. Or church somebody in foot in Naksu, they say, oh, stop. So that one they show say, you know mean say he give up. But no one for die there. Because they live for fighting.
But we are lucky they knock the gun and they push you
the
more.
problem is we have a cultural deficiency. We have to say, somebody been write a clip today. I'll make pen. It's about Colonel Lansana, where they say they kill in 1975. I read the story now WhatsApp, now Facebook where he writes. I look at him, say, hey God, I say, why saloon people in wicked so? When this guy narrates from the time where Albert Magai been called him, they make him head of forces. The forces in Saloon, a new Saloon force where the British them finally removed the EU force. The interference with this man make for destroy this democracy where it is so that they can't make so matter you. It's not such a long time that destruction day. And I just look at say, why would you promote tribal and regional thing? Where that man don't get 32 and this don't get 28, and they say they all get 32-9 win. A simple plurality system. They say no. It don't destroy, it don't destroy the mindset of more than half of the people that we give the authority. Now, what these people that they do the SLPP, it's no longer about politics, it's about tribe. It's about depriving other people. This is not the problem of the country. And they're not able to do anything. Like I've been talking, so from 2018 to present, we have not actually seen what them people are do towards promoting not only the peace and stability of the country, but the socio-economic development of the country, where it ends on one thing, quality of life. Whether you say UN development, UNDP, human development, it's quality of life. You get a job, it's good, access to medical, and you get a comfortable life. That's not the whole thing. And so government is responsibility. From the moment we come, if you're not able to pass laws, we're going to make environment conducive for people. And if they make laws, we're going to make people in lives difficult. Then, you're not fit for big government. And now this now it happen, where people can get trouble or talk the truth. Like me, used to watch the talk. And the one the way they are not sycophants, they are the leaders. These are evil, wicked human beings. They know they are doing the wrong thing. They know they're not capable, but then they deprive other people for promote the interest of either the tribes or the regions. This is not the problem. And me believe, see, in the country point where people will get for Swasi, no will ever allow this again to happen.
Well, the point at issue is evil, they operate on two things. It uses disinformation and fear.
Oh, yes.
Okay? If you know how to counter them two things, then they're able to overcome evil. Evil, not a thing where we for afraid. They make them feel say evil for freedom, but not a thing for afraid. Hey, who that they practice evil na mortal man like me and you? You hear me? Not to magic something na mortal man. Me and you, we get the ability for be good, we get the ability for be evil. If you come to mortal man, they make evil. They clearly know say that evil, you know, they freedom. That's why they talk so, I see today. But one thing I go tell you, I have decided not to be reading and commenting on those things. You know why I say I don't want to be personal about some of these things? When you continue for discourse them and not look at the root cause of them, you they empower the person who they practice them. That way when the article was written, it empower division.
Empower who that?
I read the article, but answer now. It empowers division.
No. That guy, Stilo, I grew up with him. He is, you know what I tell him last week? I say he's so neutral to some. I can always get problem with him. He no care for which side. We can wave one for right thing about APC, right? Or thing related with people and go say, oh, now this APC go against you, the right. So it's a very kind of maybe if you know neutral self.
I am not looking about the neutrality.
But it's the truth. The thing not look empower. He's talking about the destruction of Sierra Leone by personalities.
Yes.
And contribution.
Before you reach that point,
it means it a defeated process.
No, they come. You hit the point. You hit the point about this thing starting from this point.
Yeah.
But one side where maybe you don't know, or maybe you don't include, now the root of all the friction, yeah, and the political mentality. Well, I think I don't do one program on that. What I say, we get two types of political mentality in Sierra Leone. We get the farmer, then we get the mansa. If we want to move away from all this nonsense, that's how they do that nonsense. Tell and say, you did do this thing because now this then teach you. But this is the other side of life. Because when somebody they do nonsense, you know say na nonsense, you go tell and say na nonsense, if he'll say they insult them. We have had this problem in Sierra Leone even before independence. And one of the reasons this will make they always say, let we decentralize Sierra Leone. With this kind of autocratic system where we get, if we continue so, those who are evil will always be on top of the situation.
Let me say one thing. When I did a master's in international conflict, it was deliberate. Having lost family members in the senseless war in Sierra Leone, and I see a country which I don't know when I'm going to go back. I want to know why conflict did happen. This program was put together by the British government. They used to have a national convention where they take place in Britain only for conflicts. And so they don't go over and over to the point they decide, say, let it be a program of study. At Kingston University, we were the second batch of people we in that program. And when you look at the root causes of conflict, man, now one, the tribalism, racism, where we think out is everything. It's been studied, it's been published from time immemorial as a root cause of conflict. Because whether we go to the level of social construction, but in based down the effects, social construction are effects, but it come out from the people's mindset for consider others as others. Where if first say we are not divided, which part some parts of the country, then they eat baby, they say rat, then they eat social thing, they will not eat them. Even food na part of the culture of the people. The language are different. The fact that we have tribes, they speak different language, they get different way of life. We know say in Sierra Leone, they can accuse certain tribes and say, then they able to speak anybody. But certain tribes in they can say no, even though life will change, till they make. So then we not underestimate that aspect. And the next thing I want to say here is, if we, as we they say, a central part of the problem as well, because people are not informed, information, education, they bring change. And there's so much distortion of information. However, there are certain things and way we teach us in the lesson. Yes. Hello, how are you? Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. So sorry, I'm guessing the music. So
you see, the long and short of what we they say, all the way they talk, so I understand them root. But I don't narrate the event. I look at the root cause of that event. And at the root cause of the event, me they talk about.
Yeah.
Those people who believe in violence then get a political culture way based on violence, warlordship. I then call farmer. Okay? The northern people, we get links to the Senegambian Islamic institutions, then get a political culture we based on heritage, transition, etc., etc. You understand me? That man we get a farmer culture. When he in a power, now so he behave. The only way you can change them, now for making you understand, say, not to you one day, now, other people then they. And that is why the best way for take Sierra Leone forward now through a decentralized system. If we say that centralized governance, now for day, Sierra Leone will never take off. At the Sierra, if people want, they believe it. Norway had a similar problem in the past. They decentralized to the point that they get 2 parliaments in Norway. They get a parliament for the Samisk of the North. Then they get another parliament in Oslo. They get national policies, but then they use the Samisk culture for implementing the national policy. The same thing is in Belgium. Belgium gets tribalism just like any African country, but they run smoothly because they decentralize. We have to study these things and understand them.
So one thing they really affect with a lot of time, they grapple with is when I look at spending a whole semester, they just look at culture. I get a different perspective with so many people.
Did you go deep into African culture?
Of course, I did. Mr. Jallo, it's a PhD research. It's not like even a master's level. A whole semester on culture. I look at businesses. We look at governments. We look at ordinary people. We look at even style and everything. And I bring in the assignment to Sierra Leone. And so, for change people in behavior, it's very easy for talk, but something we don't innate in the people. Like for instance, let me give you an example. the arrogance we see Americans in the make. You can change a Republican president, bring a Democratic
Now the
president.
same arrogance
Still
they
Americans.
go.
Yeah, because these people, they believe there's a cultural superiority.
Yes.
And we even go trace them. Take slavery and slave trade off the picture. But when the wealth that they built from the slavery and slave trade, the lands, the physical wealth, the money, even being paid by governments for ladies, not for sell black man, the one they will be sell them, pay them back off.
I know.
They created a system, a cultural system, for even trap the black people who will be there. Then decide, say, you know what? Part of the reason why the League of Nations not been succeed because America not been take a part at the First World War. And so we study this. And so that level of arrogance for things say better past this, the 100 years where they take them perform a splendid isolation, where they within themselves, they know they deal with any part of the world themselves. They grew, they became more powerful, that influence they go down. And today, they get wealth more than anybody. China, they trace, they go with them. There's no place, even when you say China, where people are wealthy past. And that arrogance they inside them, in it. Until you in America, now you didn't know that. So it's very difficult for change people in way of life. Like, what's in how they talk, the characterization why they make, what would they call out? It's not just a theoretical thing. I guess somebody who have been in England, and they would start and this lady, they work out Fatima B. We there for 3 years, like husband and wife. I swear to God, when I read that lady, they go to the extent for cost me what they write. I say, baby, if you see one lady where you face, you don't find, you get fine body, you work out Fatima B. A man, they make, na me left from England. I tell her, I say, baby, I don't argue with you. What you do? Now Fatima B had to go for. And they even call Timlin, we're ready for cost me. Because in a minute. So, I swear, the solution to them problem is a deterrent.
The deterrent is not about a war. It's about creating a condition. Let the man know, say.
That's why I like being with you. That's exactly what
Let the man know, say, when he shake, you said he shake. If he whap, you said he whap. So all man watch the neighbor.
No, like for instance, let me tell you.
We don't have to go to war for that.
So I look at people ask me, I then other discussion and say how then we able to settle salon problem. I say, salon problem, not your problem, we didn't settle easily. We get it's a work in progress. But there's one thing we may suggest that deterrent, I always talk about. When we look at international affairs or then with international relations, if you study them, you always come across issues of stability, the international, the new order, or all this, libertarianism and everything. All the things they come for counter processes.
Yeah.
And so the process where they encounter, they say, now one of them, the war side, the war system. People are not crazy for take arms, go fetch other people. They wouldn't know, see themselves, they get the same thing. They don't do one. So this, North Korea, I see this, so they say they're poor, then this, then that. The biggest military in the world, not get mind for body. Because they didn't have the street, they come for honor. So me, what you mean is always, I believe, say, if the SLPP, the APC get a base in Stallone they become stable. But the APC not get a base. And the
APC not serious, loud talk country.
Yeah, the loose term, where they use.
They're not serious. If APC be organized, there would have been a correction of what happened in 2023.
Yes.
Without nobody not fire one bullet.
Oh, yes.
Not all we go talk. This na public space.
No.
You understand?
The APC not serious.
The APC not serious.
Hey, but I guess until what I want to tell you, I not say let you support me, but I just want to tell you, say, they try for work with candidates for the how they call themselves. Sorry, a candidate for the leadership of the APC party. We not get anybody we don't come out. Now, if us I don't hear it as a high profile person,
What
and I
you
was
mean
approached.
leadership chairman?
Chairman, I mean the chairman of the APC party. So nobody not come away to me know of.
Because nobody no want Alma want for be president.
No, again, Alma will be president.
Everybody want for be Kotabiara.
So now they don't meet me and we talk and we meet me in the sense that I approach for
Honestly.
So
Party politics in Sierra Leone, I'm fed up with it.
Okay, I know.
I not see the social psychology. My biggest worry, I'll tell you this. My biggest worry, Sierra Leone is on the brink of a transition crisis.
Of course.
The SLPP gets internal problems where they're not able to manage. The APC, through their greed and selfishness, don't scatter themselves.
Yes.
There is a problem post-Mother Bio that we have to begin to focus on. Because when a country gets transition crisis, at times it can lead into civil wars. La Côte d'Ivoire is an example. Ofegwa nebende na power the other guys that will come. They were not well prepared for the transition.
Of course.
So the country deteriorates into factions. Now Sierra Leone is highly polarized. Then the next political movement, where for able to consolidate itself and try for balance the act, they are divided. What they call APC. The SLPP itself, because of their farmer mentality, they are ready to start an internal war in their party. Mark my words.
No, it don't happen. Today, at the common school, I see Senge, he tag Fatima Bio, he make I know say computer business, they use computer, then put big, not to Sebeo. Now then kind of ornament with like ring them. I know ever see human being put them kind of ring them, hey? Now they hang.
Yeah, no, they look at them.
So no, so all that it depict for just kind of how they say it make I look funny and it serve well now then come as people the way they are against me the lady. Then that's the type of say, of course, the battle you don't begin at them.
The SLPP them battle, they get for be bloody.
Of course.
Because these are people who can kill for power. You understand? Then you look the APC way for able to play the balancing act.
No,
you get over 30 people where they come out say they want for big Kotabiara. You know the thing that Sierra Leone it look depressing. It look depressing. It's depressing. I'll tell you this.
Well, that's exactly, Mr. Jallo. That's where I believe I try for coming and say this party when at the APC, we get for save them. And the way we save the APC, the growth of the APC and Sierra Leone, it matter.
The APC has to begin to show a sign that it wants to be saved.
No, well, that's I get something for say about it, Mr. Jallo. First of all, since 2018, I believe this is the first time we don't see the APC. It shows some sign of stability within the APC than it ever be. Some crisis will come where they're able to handle. And we pray like continue like that. Then we get some crisis where one come if they be conduct the lower level elections. Hey, Mr. Jallo. People don't grab they not recognize the authority of the current executive, then they go print even certificates them, card them, do stuff them. And we be to say that for them lead to a lot of how they call it, criminal behavior. So anybody they can't vote without the authority of the leadership who them elect, where them in go election before 2023 elections. When I indicate now. But then move swiftly, then therefore stop the elections. And we know here no major crisis come. They announce them. And they say they go put anybody where they make in a court. And it go to the extent, one of the stores they wish they may go print, then they go arrest the people. They're able to put this thing down. No major fight. Now, one of the things they make, in the United States of America, to my own knowledge, whether a Republican or Democrat, you would be the presidential candidate. But the party, they play a major role for help you. For even you go to the running mate for choose them, they help you. They meeting them. So it's no longer, they try to avoid what I always call like a marriage of convenience. You just want to let us take the vote for you. Therefore, hey, come. For you and this person don't understand each other. Then they look at values. They look at, they don't want the one who they can be president, vice president, the 30 under. They don't get that man. Even this man where they make sure, look that boy, where they with him, almost 39 years old. They don't get problem. Because the process, and get a process, and APC don't adopt them. Will say, we will not just allow you for become a running mate. We have to go through a process for help you. And you, the person where they come for what be a flag bearer. This is something we for respect. And that's the work right now. And we come again for the messaging was half aside. If you look at it before 2023 election, today the messaging and APC they come, they dissociate themselves from that same way at the bio, when they go to this, then they say now APC. When not to APC, they send them. So we see a big reduction. And so I'm seeing something coming. And I believe, say, Petito, he ready for calm, continue the work where they start, and so that we can get a peaceful and very victorious election for the camp. And so that mind they go. And I believe, say, a gradual process. Because there's nowhere we say then get some destabilization, sorry, like what happened at the APC party, we go no more inside 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It take time. That party disorganized, it not get structure, it not get base. APC not get base, it not get structure.
APC they run on assumptions.
Well, they go beyond assumptions, Mr. Jallo.
Now then they run on assumptions. You know, the assumption where then they run on that the ordinary man out there, they always look up to the APC for solution. Then they forget, say, you get a distinct line in Sierra Leone amongst the ordinary people. You understand? The ordinary people from the culture we get for obey, they may tell you I'm APC, but when 10 come, then they use farmer. But they did it in 2023. If it's APC now we get votes, then Abo and Puja, and then the streets, then they. You know, we get to understand the political dynamics in Sierra Leone. And they always say the best sustainable solution, I'm not expecting it to be overnight, but gradually we get to work towards that. Let we decentralize Sierra Leone.
Mr. Jallo, let me stop you. that position we take, it's never a bad thing. But when you talk about for decentralize a country, you know, it's not a physical process.
I know.
It's a logical process.
I know.
Than a one. It's a logical process than a one. And even if we get imaginary boundaries, then the issue here is that will be one where they push you towards the goal of making Sierra Leone a better place.
Yes.
That will be one. But there are too many stuff them back where they come. For there, even Iran, it creates then at the mindset. Because let's say on decentralization, it don't mean say they just left the people. Then will take care of themselves. You got to make sure say provide for those people.
National policy for the.
Well, let me give you something. I listened to this woman, then there's Akisoya. Because they get a lot of blame from so many people, especially the opponents. The Freetown, they know they make the gutter, they know they clean them, they know they this, they know they that. So he appear na AYV, and then I liberty. When he appear, the man ask him, what did they go on? City, people in Tomen, people in this. Now I say, well, we got a revenue problem. Now, the thing we talk about digitalization, you know, the tax then they wouldn't collect now the city and they go straight to the government. The city no get hands there. Because the system no, that devolution and digitalization, not way they talk about, you know, they. So, but the ordinary man no understands it. Even people are upline, like income tax, if they decentralize the system, like the local authorities, then they collect all the money they can collect to the government. But it not happen. So which means every year the central government they get for send money. This distributes resources them nationwide to all the authorities from district level, provincial level, then they begin go take to the ordinary. That's how they make the system. And it's not working now. The kind they talk, and I support you. But now here is the thing. They say last year, the money and the budget, we didn't put for give local authorities them across Sierra Leone, now 1% of the national budget, where it is about 290 something billion. Things like something like that. And that you can see. Now, if you even change that money to $1, that's small money. But let's localize on Sierra Leone issues. He say they as the city, because Freetown big pass any side and they expect more, they may expect say then they give them, I don't know if not 29 billion and they forgive them. It's say from last year to now 5 billion they give them. 5 billion. So the government itself not even recognize say the local authorities that they get a lot of things they wouldn't supposed to take. So the ordinary man are strict, then they believe say, what about Kenina or Bo Kenima? How much they go don't get it?
You see, we come back to how we come out. If the APC not be scattered and safe, part of the job of getting things done. And the other thing again, we will get forget as a culture in Sierra Leone. Leaders of institutions should know how to operate for make them put enough pressure. Going to talk on AYV or Liberty, no, they change nothing.
How then they put pressure?
Allow me, sir. Doc,
no, they just say ask.
Doc, I don't like talking about myself. I've been in politics. I was elected in Freetown.
No,
I was elected in Norway.
The way, why I say how? That thing they go help me now with
the party enroll. The mayor of Freetown is representing a political party, not so. If things not work, get all your necessary data, call a meeting with your party, give them enough information, get your members of parliament for put pressure on the government. Get the party for put pressure on the government. But alone, You can talk until thy kingdom comes. I swear to God, now you are here.
They're doing it. The party, they put pressure on the government. I know that.
May not know that.
You know they follow that.
No, I don't know that, Doc. Government is not secret society, please.
No, there's no secret. They watch
Let
them.
them make them public. If the APC, they do some of them things here, these are the things they should be making the loudest. Let me finish, sir. Doc, let me finish, sir. These are the things they should be making the loudest noise about. Let it all hear. Not to pass through me, they talk so they know say them.
They follow them. But
are you sure?
That's what I'm telling you.
Are you sure?
Yes, well, I want you reference.
Are you sure? Do we live in the same? Do we live in the same media space?
Mr. Jallo, let me give you AKK. Click on AKK. Just go to AKK. It is everything. Parliamentary in them. AKK. Go to AKK.
Almost APC parliamentarians, they raise up the issues then in a parliament.
They raise up the issues. Maybe you're not following that, what they do. I go to sites where maybe they go to. I follow people I want they follow, Mr. Jallo. I'm saying the truth here. Go to AKK. We have had very vocal young people in now more than the last parliament. And that's why I like the present APC and stance. Go to AKK. Now I'll give you an example. Go to the young
the other thing the APC get for stop for do. From now on until election, they should stop going to these television stations to talk. Action speaks louder than words. APC talks too much.
Boy, you didn't suggest let them talk.
Now, Parliament, officially.
What else then for do beyond that?
Going to public space, getting bloggers to talk is waste of time. It's waste of time. There are official channels waiting for land for use. Government is about lobbying, negotiations, etc., etc.
Wait till there's also Mr. Jallo. If somebody say no to the truth, they talk a lie. The truth they say. We belong to a country whereby the government of the day, as you and I know, they have no respect for anything. Now, when you have somebody, an ordinary Sierra Leonean, we don't call Adebayo, we take upon himself for pull people out and go act, then kill them, and then put that in the one or two APC say, let them go. We have a situation on two occasions. First, when they go kill white boy, and then kill that nurse lady. At that time, you do not only have the police and the ordinary military, but you also had colonels and generals. Then they outside, where they kill Samura Kamara and they inside, the mayors them. This was not a demonstration where they go down the street. Now, inside the APC office, one. So first of all, we don't belong to a society where people say, let us be killed in the thousands. But we believe, say, if we fight for several months, at the end of the day, where this dust ends, change will come. We don't have that culture. You know that. Our culture is never on. Somebody will say, Mr. Jallo, say, you begin there now, you then rely on no. If you go just not, then go shoot you. That's not the culture.
All right. But where you able to feed you picking and they suffer equally.
Yes. So I understand all what he talks so. All what he talks so, not true. But it just happens, say, there's something that's absent here. And what's not really present for all what they talk is that even the software they suffer as soon as alone today, we do not have structures in place for where we even address anything the way they happen so 20, 30 years ago. We don't have them. We focus on a power struggle. We be to say the people who they cause them, for the moment, they all died, they left the problem to the other people then. And that's who they left, they know they try. But they will do anything we go promote way. So this is not the problem. Now, so what did he talk to then the drum? Then they do them. What you talk so they do them, but you get a
You
government.
see, let me tell you one thing today. The events leading to that crisis by that 2023 election, up to the point where they go shoot in the APC office. When they may don't say let members of parliament and this and that not take back by the government. If they may stick to that, all that nonsense about 2023 been for solved.
Well, Samura.
The APC
Samura
shot itself in the foot. Not so Samura. So left for put blame on Samura.
Why? Why not for put blame?
Why we not for put blame on Samura? If na 10 man get a club, 1 man they cause trouble, una tire una go do a team for do. Politics is about decisive action. At that material moment, if the whole executive been take a decisive action, then later they can report say we did this because this man wanted to subvert the process, people don't understand. That's what is collective responsibility, Doc. You see, now let's forget excuses in Sierra Leone. Now you talk about deterrent. Deterrent has to be internal as well as external. The APC get for grow up. Now in mature politics then they practice. Now I make SLPP they get them way all the time. Now me say, say. Would I want to vex?
Would they say it is possible they be old man, but you get a short last bread? You know that?
Yes.
Okay. So what you mean they talk now? The country say so. As I the one for enter the politics of Sierra Leone. I don't spend more time in my life being out of Sierra Leone more than years they would have born me in Sierra Leone.
Oh well, it's unfortunate.
Yes, yes.
I have done the reverse. I don't spend more time in Salone than I spend in Norway.
So, and the left where I left Salone, not just amongst I run.
I know. Mr. I run 1998. But me, I'm fortunate for spend more time of my life in Sierra Leone. It's a society I understand the sociology of. And once you know that country go treat when people then begin take things seriously.
Well, the thing why they try for talk, the mentality, some of the Canada or didn't stay abroad for long, they come station. Now study, they go back. So most of the time we get a big misconception for we really contribute and how we inform the people. Because the man like Richard Conte, he just went to Germany, then got a program. I know friends like I'm trading, and the same program. In the beginner, they go Germany, they go do masters, then bind them with a PhD, and they go end them at Ghana. That's how they get their PhD and doctors. Although if you go back, so they did not reside in the West and acculturize themselves with the behaviors, the thing they know they go through. No. They did not. And that's why when you compare people away now. So you get that group audience here. One, this group, again I didn't bring to see what they choose somebody as the leader of a leader. When the culture are do, the way people live, then they consider a leader in Africa in their own culture. It's different from the West. So this Nando and Bongwe, what are you? Pop Camara was the first person we come up publicly and say when they want to go, they don't talk, they don't produce the data, and they say let them go. Samura then call and they go talk. Now say let go sign. They say what first? What you mean talk so? Me when we had crazy so if I did it. Now police, they forget that.
All thing they scatter.
But the culture with this, if they choose you as the councillor of this area, Mr. Jallo, he will talk and do. I hope, say, the next politics with the council, where some of you enter. And I always say, let me give you one thing beside politics. I always promise, I get 3 experience, maybe 2, now for Bay College. 3. Where I always say, if me ever like I go so, I would not go lecture at Bay College. Even at free. And I must talk in the middle of professor. Make I give me story. Where no student will forget any kind of action. But then give the lecturers them, let them do what they do. Me, I know they take notes. Somebody they teach politics of South Africa. I do 6th form. I meet up a good teacher. The approach what we feel say we take on. If they tell me about politics of South Africa, we will make a comparative analysis. We know the presidential and we get I think call ourselves parliamentary. And show me, give an example of a parliamentary, presidential, and localize and customize them to Africa. But you know, they go tell me, say, they teach me, go say the advantages of this. I say, no. And I did at that time.
Which advantage does it have? Have you looked at the cultural implications?
No, legislative advantage.
No, not to you now. What's in the lecturer they say? Now they say.
Now they teach you. Now if they teach you something, they go make advantage and right things. No. I wanted to go. So I'm not being right. This man, Mr. Jallo, he disrespect me in a public. He can't be asking me, my man, why are you not riding? I said, well, they listen to you, sir. I was listening, but I didn't think I was going to ride that. And he go to the extent threatening me, you cannot bite the finger that feeds you. Blah, shut, blah.
I know, blah. I know him.
Yes.
I know, blah. Now we all be the meet up on a short street.
Yeah.
You know, say the Professor Dumbuya being in office in a short street.
Oh, Professor Dumbuya, I lecture me international relations.
He being in office in a short street. I know, blah. He should be eligible now.
Yeah. Short one, so yeah.
I know him.
So then one thing. The other thing, I meet up one linguistics. I do linguistics now for the college. The guy, what they call it, facility look, and maybe Sabida guy. If you know that program, what they mean? They mean they record them, picking, then they ask the questions by English, all this something. They teach me, in the lecture, I don't know, so that moment when they do sentence analysis, where they look at the sentence, this is subject, predicate, verb, object, and they make analyze them, paradigmatic, syntactic structure, and everything. So you don't want now give assignments. Every college now, anything with a assignment that they consider that. You know, they take test them. So now they wake up the next day for analyze that assignment day. They add something we not been talking about yesterday. But this man, he didn't meet my guy. So we imagine I just from high school. But you know, man, in the try. So the one day we didn't meet my guy was Sabian. The man says things there. So all man is just the book. That guy wouldn't call Bremaja. Bremaja on a been the man in India big, then we don't come on with my guy. So we meet up, they free the man. They don't get mind for talk, say, hey, sir, you ask me, you know, and that's you know, how is me? I tell him, now I say what happened. Yeah, people they do put you down. That man no grill at talk.
Now the colonized mentality now they operate.
Say what's going on? I say, I just want to make an appeal, sir. He say, like what? And I say, but the analysis is really not broad. I say, we understand that, and I say, but for the assignment we give, that section will be included yesterday. I say, if you consider this, then obviously we will fail. That one did disrespect me. Hey, Mr. Bigalo. This man, they come for lectures. I swear, I did the truth. I afraid for Lucan. I did not expect from also because everybody knows this man did not do the right thing. And we all they forget. Oh, nobody will get man talk. this me talk about nothing to that, you know, I'm not free.
Let me tell you something.
Let me give you the last one. Mr. Jalo,
Go ahead,
so I think what's the last one? So this now, I think this now. Oh, there was okay, Abib. There was a professor. We call Abib. Abib Sise. Abib Sise. He wasn't only arrogant, but evil. So I take immediate comparative government. So I take that course for take him because being up in which is a second year. So I've been taking that course. Well, I change them immediately. The reason is this man, this Abib, is a wicked human being. We go lectures. Now we go the first day we go lecture, no go again. Well, he wasn't direct. He didn't direct it to me, but to everybody. But I feel say I will take action. This man, the good threats in the first day for say, he introduced himself and he begin talk. People then they say, hey, they say this man, they fail people and all. They say this man, all man, they feel not this quality. And I let government. The man introduced himself and he tell me, say, at the end of the day, not to everybody they promote. How you go threaten this woman? He say, oh man, yes. He say, because they talk now, he knows he gets a strong Mende accent. Now he knows they talk the now English now they come out. He said, hey, anybody will do this, begin threaten. So one Liberian boy there, you know what you want to happen? This Liberian boy did it. He asked question. He disrespect this guy. And he even say the guy like stupid or something, you know. Mr. Jalo is accommodating. Straight away I go meet Palo Bangura.
I know Palo Bangura.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I left streets. Now I go take a politics of ancient and political, medieval and political thoughts. That kind which is the way they talk about classical, neoclassical theories, you know, the Plato, all this stuff. So I go take them. And so this mentality of hurting the ordinary people and students, them, you know, get that experience there. And the people in this,
you sure?
Huh?
You sure?
No, what I mean? No, in the West, I've never been treated back. When I can, I get my PhD, I meet up one man, I think na a Jew. I challenge this man to the rest. Two professors, they want meet up. One, they all are racist. Them. The other one, they drive at the university. Now, all them. And the case is part of it. Because my advisor tell me, the man, the one who was born, then 19, they don't exist in the 1960s, 50s now, they get sense. The racism not ever come on and they need. So, any side they meet black man. And I have sufficient information, other people. That one, they make me, you waste the time. If you know, anybody will talk. One Cameroonian, when I tell her, I say, this man, Daniel, I say, Professor Jones, they supervise me dissertation now, the new chairman and everything. He did Maryland. He called his wife, honey, come. You know, say Cameroon, he talk to you. Mm-hmm. And I say, look, my brother here. Do you know who is the supervisor? And I say, Professor Jones. Mr. Jalo, the woman, I say, give me your hand. Now you holy man. He say, let's pray. That's it. Why? He said, because. He said, no. He said, I'm telling you. Now I said, my brother here is in the process of doing his research. I pray, I swear, wait, don't. Now I say, see this man. He said, that man want make, let me a man part. He said, the man, you don't part. He said, they go finish your PhD in Nigeria. He said, now I'm free. He said, me, the man will ever go. He say this man terrorized me, man, in this country. Mr. Jalo, he did the same thing to me. And I later proved because the advisor, academic advisor, that lady, he tell me, what did this man do me? Me don't do the process for defending dissertation. Now I can't take time off work. The professor who did it, for different, like I before don't do me PhD from 2017. It's dialogue, the man no day. So as you don't have the NC where they don't find person for me, we in come, you say, we'll get for start again. So I tell me academic advisor. Then my woman say, why? Now I say, well, he say, he wants, because usually, professor, they think you want to do a style of waiting if it's inconvenient. But this is not a subject when a sustainable development at that time. It wasn't like the one way income, the talk, a later change. The woman say, me, I don't think if we do this. It's a dialogue. This man, he terrorized and target now for his students. Now, when later now they can't change this man, or in one I mean say pass away then pull on him. So now later I can tell me, say that man, say they don't remove him at the university. Because they give problems. They target international students where they know say not to white, now they target. In the whole work. If not 3 months na the quarter, if they go 2 months, to the end last week, now they look at you. Then you get for payback fees. They do nothing. Then they write some stupid things about you. So now so I believe say the mindset what I get as an African, a black person who don't come at the West. If I go to Africa with all the knowledge I don't bring at the academic system, my approach is dialogue different towards a lot of things. As opposed to people who just can't work out, they can't get qualification, then go back. Then at the same thoughts, then they get.
Well, the point at issue is you may be able to do it differently.
Yes.
Because to you, it is abnormal. But if you go to the one day we been they talk about Nafrobe College, they will see it as normal and they will do it to other students.
Oh, yes. Yes. You're right.
You understand?
And at the staff meeting, now they are the crossroads.
Just like what I've been saying at the beginning, we can see as far as we think and understand. The human being in mind, now they produce everything where they make an environment. You see, talking about Frobe College, I had similar experiences at Jala University. But like you, I was always a radical. And 30 days mean a radical. 30 days. Some man they fit him up before me. What they tell him? He cry. Because me not get reverse with to become immortal man. You know what thing do? We all the pass here for doing for make this world a better place.
Yes.
If you choose for do a lucky thing, I swear to God, me go tell you a lucky, they know the born person with them.
Of course.
Now you they adopt them for yourself. Now this now the thing will get for try begin introduce na Sierra Leone. Let certain people them in certain quarters no say they're not a born lucky. So if you want care a lucky to become immortal man, expect them for react. Because the law of science say for every action there is always a reaction. The metaphysical law they say for every cause there is an effect, not to so?
No, of course.
You see why they talk this now about APC? That's where them go shoot that office kill people and they where them don't say where them don't say not for go take part by the government. The first reaction should have been all of them should have left Sierra Leone and come out. That's not so then they call for peace again at the international community. But they broke the whole process. Then broke them. If all what in the be so after 2023 be, the APC get for be matured enough for take responsibility. And one way then go mature for take responsibility. Now for make them left all this book who talk about flag bearer, Let them call quiet meeting. They all go sit down and talk. Then settle this problem. Then find a roadmap for go forward.
Yeah.
But how then they do business so? The only thing will go save them if SLPP then starts the internal war. But if SLPP fend them way for manage that the internal war, then they rig that 2028 election left buff by APC.
No, well, I know the rigging. They're not afraid for that.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
No, the rigging. That deal, we got a compromise. We talk. I support this one. The point why they say the APC, the current status of the APC, it go beyond the last status of the APC. And I don't know why they took them. Maybe you're not able to understand the point.
I understand your point. I understand your point.
The point where I try to say on a cultural side, waiting and see change. Wow. In Sierra Leone as a nation and many African countries or other countries, you do not play with a leader. Then believe, say, from Adam and Eve, we will be leader, we come out, all the princes and kings and monarchs, they derive the rights, and even the parliament chiefs and local people, whatever they say is final. And so you do not stand because I vote and vote and passing time done. Here in the West, it doesn't happen. Yes, they believe they get leaders, but they don't believe so. The reason why we get a new society because people is told for centuries against that notion. Now you make them run. We can get America, we can get the other place. They ran away and they fought for it. Our own society has not changed. So even if you didn't have enough, ways the citizens have cancelled on Sierra Leone. Me and you, the belief system, it not be that way like that. Like me and you, now we day, pass someone that say blood don't take place. Let me give you an example. I was the campaign chairman of that guy who made that APC. We didn't have Kobe College. This man called and said, I want to be president. I said, okay. We been get Dr. Ramadan Dunguya.
Naim Blana them been the work.
Yeah. So they be president. When they see them boys, they will know better. Now they control to the college. Then they eat students' money and everything. Affects. I say we have to change this. We try. This boy, Umar Fofana, I was the person who made the decision where he be president of the college. He's a very ungrateful, wretched boy. That
is Sierra Leonean, my friend.
I slept on the floor today. Because what did happen? The boy would be as a minister of youth, Salone, when Almami under an woman. He came to Fube College with a vision to be president of the place. Then I mark him and say, oh, this is for put him down. They fed him, even professor, lecturers, they will come on at the Southeast, then they give him reference for Ulana Fube College, where he's a very smart boy. Oh, that thing, the boy, Almami, he's very intelligent. They're not able to plan. Then they give him reference. So, we don't see Almami. They don't go on there for fertile Almami. What did they do? The guys, there was a boy with them called Mohammed. The boy, born an abo, but 91, Timap will bring up. Oleka, Timap again. There are not many enough because this division with this allocation, they're all over colleges and everything.
You're telling me?
So,
I suffered it.
So we see that boy, we go holiday, now he go die. So they left out without somebody. Now we can grab this man, say, let me be in campaign chairman. They go all over. These people pretended as if they're supporting us. Let me tell you, me disillusion about not trusting these people from the Southeast, which is it began from student politics now. And also the behavior during the war, how much they rejoiced with the war reached now at the north. They wanted them killed at the north. you charge them, and they attack Winner for big college. When I say you taste the bitterness of the war. So, but let me limit myself now. Which is a ultimate, Mr. Diallo, we go to the elections. I saw with my naked eyes and people already, they try for stuff. Fake with yourself the ballots, then at the box.
But that's not common thing.
College.
Then they do them all over. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Doc.
Now,
all the corruption where they destroy Sierra Leone is reinforced in the tertiary institutions of that country.
Yes, it did.
Now, didn't they reinforce them? They make an institutional people then can down, then can practice them.
Them boys always show that minister of youth. That would be there for the college. Who was in the Saturday? How today? He said, I always see a grab, I hold that box. They don't count more than 1 hour. Yeah, that's ending. If God give me the strength. I stopped counting of books now for the college. And get one, I hold that box. That's when you can baby say, you know what? We saw everything. Now they comes back. I said in the full day paper, the way we no belong. I saw it in Fubé College.
All the corruption in Sierra Leone is reinforced in the tertiary institutions. Everything went wrong but Sierra Leone. If we review the tertiary institution and introduce proper ethical education at the institutions there, Sierra Leone will begin to see change.
Yeah, that's how you not true. I'm sure. So this what you have in Shona Salon, it not begin today.
I know.
They want where they get presidents now because students then get voice by aligning themselves with the criminal student body. Then they go kind of either minimize or completely eliminate any potential to get.
But this game may get for big.
But what I want to say here is that Mother Building, then they in the process of getting a very difficult life. You know why? The first thing what I want to say, we are going to see the SLPP disintegrate and collapse in front of everybody when it comes to choose whether the candidate, just like what happened at this time.
But do you realize I predicted that since 2018?
Huh?
I predicted that since 2018. I said the SLPP, now implosion, now get for pull them apart.
Oh yes, it don't implode. It's already by explosive. So the thing
there are people who are listening to me who I told that in 2018. At that time where they talk they not been see what I talk I mean they not been see the reason, but I try to explain to them, and the very reason why they cause the implosion now they happen so. What you have been telling them, now they happen so.
Yeah, of course. Because what is happening at the SLPP right now? Mother View, for a long time, the problem we get, how it will be a free man as Sierra Leone. Now that problem we get.
The way we want for succeed them, they don't want them.
No, but Mr. Diallo, the reason, because you know what? You can groom somebody where they say people are going to know now when Alex Sengen I want the methodology way they use, it don't bring big problem like that. One, even your wife, no like that way. Because
that's where the implosion started. If you just allow me, sir, if Biobin want Senge for succeed them, the first way for them put under control now the WEF. Say for me and you interest, let us allow this to happen. Now the human don't come into the mix, not so. You know the other people that were there in the mix. You will say they go sit down, then two people and they cause trouble for them.
Yes. Well,
Now they the implosion they come.
There's a management issue now about how they will manage the differences now. And they're not going able, because the problem now, then it's done, people in the CC in favor other people, and let's not be doing quick. But the mistake where they make, if you don't do them, unless we don't let the process take in court, the court taking a course by allowing the 28 people and let them go vote, let them get them vote. If now 5 other person get 6, 9 win, they don't say that they do a fair. This one now, it not happen so. 2 to 3 years to the election, they don't say this man is favor Senate. And people and they will say no. We said they're right. Because few months back, they say, you know what, we say person don't can declare. If you declare, we will say you don't qualify. And the constitution not says so. It's a verbal declaration by Fatima Biu, not knowing that Fatima Biu of all, Fatima Biu say one be president. Oh my God, it is the wrong mindset. And
then next causer.
Oh, of course.
He allowed the presidency for go down. He allowed the integrity of the office to be lowered. Just like America, they don't allow the integrity of the office to be lowered. Whoever they succeed, this man get a big task at hand.
Yeah.
That's cause if we are able to check the dynamics of voting the been alone in 2028, if we are able to check him, he was the man in power.
Well,
and I hope they hear you some of who they talk then here, because at the end of the day, he's in Nigeria now enjoying. Yeah, I mean they are not a suffer, but I want to go to my country. When he was in power, I went there. Now I not feel safe for going to my country.
You know what I believe say happen. I believe say na a high level of arrogance, na involve and I said they affect mother view.
Well, I know me not go call her arrogance. I go call him short-sightedness.
No, but the point why they say Mr. Gallo. Hold on, Mr. Gallo. I'm sorry. Mr. Jallo, yeah, hold on. No. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. The point why I say is because arrogance it eats the soul of our nation. Because if you believe there is a constitution, not a national even, a local constitution of the party, I believe that this is the way they make. It will make them in terms of deciding, making a decisive decision without respecting what the constitution say. And you don't look at how, in a wider perspective, how the decision will affect the general well-being. Because what's in a job was here today, the problem might be within the SLPP. But how about the lives of the people in a way there will be no focus on how to address the needs of the people on a daily basis, and when they focus for fight each other.
Well, this is what politicians do in Africa.
No, but that's what I said. It's a high level of arrogance, because not to ignorance, but arrogance.
Me one call her short-sightedness. You know why they call her short-sightedness? Arrogance, you they do them when you get security, not so.
No, well, not to security.
I want you allow me get me train of thoughts.
No, when you ask if you get security, we don't believe in us. Where you get security now in.
Well, the man who say this so maybe is secure. What I'm saying is, you came up with the point about thinking about the effect, the cumulative effect on the lives of people, not so?
Yes.
Anybody who they think that way is not short-sighted. When somebody's short-sighted, it's only about him. And look at Africa. A greater percentage of the problems on the continent are because public servants and politicians are short-sighted. They don't see the bigger picture. You understand? They cannot see the bigger picture because maybe this is where your arrogance comes in. Maybe arrogance, they limit their ability for critically examining.
See the short-sighted as an effect. It's not a cause. So when
well,
we say
whichever way,
yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that. Because the ego, now they lead to arrogance.
Yes.
And when somebody not emotionally mature, it become arrogant to the point that the effect will be short-sightedness. I know they argue with that. You win the point. You correct. Now arrogance.
Because they so disrespect the people of Sierra Leone that they feel so they can do anything with they want.
Then go scotch-free.
When Samura call me talk, I say, Doc, I say, you get a self-reflection and take a look at how far of that country. People they don't vote for me. The party, they rig the election. But you need for communicating to the public. Make a statement, call everybody, and let press conferences if it costs you for travel, go corner, to address the party members. How we get to this point. I say if you do and people in the field say, they show accountability, and it's kind of a reflective side in the day. Because if you not lost, all my agreement in not lost, now still talk to the people. I say to whether man say TV not do. Now you get people that really blame and say, hey, they would enable before. Now then they can't really talk. And before now, this is the don't talk. Well, I say because it's not about you. I say it's not about you.
That's another side of us. We always put the cat before the horse.
No, listen, no, it's not.
No, not so you. What they say? We say the one that will be the supporter now that they can't talk.
Oh,
now I make us say that they always put with the other side of we. We they do a thing wrong. Then when it don't wrong, we want can correct them.
Yeah, if you know one guy with them called Ibrahim, it but Maryland, yeah. We didn't see now Dr. Conteba. No, Semufona in Pipina and Bona. It is Maryland. Where they mean there with some how do you call this man? Putting at this my name, chef. I didn't forget this my name.
Which one? I know Ibrahim Fona.
Yeah, Ibrahim Fona. Then they say I talk now, say Dr. Samura, expect them. Come up, can talk, can say something.
But it's too late. It's too late. They have to stop gaslighting the people of Sierra Leone. Anoki won't put much parenting in there because me get a picture where as clear as daylight. The international community would have taken action had it not been for the stance of the APC and Samura.
No, Samura, yeah.
The APC and Samura. That will not put the blame one side, huh? Then sabotage the country. And sabotage the country. But law left handy.
Well, I can't let you.
Okay, sir. We don't talk long today. Mr. Sebiwale, we go now.
Very productive discussion. Very productive. So we cover a lot of ground.
The people of Sierra Leone need to know the truth, Doc.
Oh, yes.
Now, one way that way will stop impunity.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's
Few
true.
people not for they take that country for granted.
Take we who said they want no more, so they want do.
When they ready, then go drink tea secretly. When they ready, then can a public, then can begin course. That for done now.
If I don't.
Okay, Doc. So we go talk on Monday, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Right, too.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. By Samuel, he said, what in SLPP gets an adversary helping them out? You're quite correct. Well, we will never have a leader like him because his mentality different, my friend. That man, they looks in country Singapore. So now you can forget the belief and perception for look at the needs of the people. And this is what we lack in Sierra Leone. We have people who go into politics not because of the needs and perception voting of the people. Their own perception is about Lago, make me own name. It's about the entrapment of power, the glory of power, the prestige, then the money where they be in them. That's all they care about. If they care about the country, they can have all these other things, but still then go build foundations that were sustainable. And this is not only about Sierra Leone, it's all of Africa. That's how our politicians are. Anyway, thank you all for listening to this long conversation. Today we talk small politics because we cannot avoid it. But one thing we may always stand by, and they put the blame squarely on these two political parties. They have to grow up. They have to stop being children. Being a child, not to age, your ability for think critically. I make you an adult or a child. And thinking critically no means say, if you think about on the hand game, kuku jumuku, if you think straight and do it straight, we all man go say, yes, it better how this person do this thing. But all you now do past and cry. Let's do so now. Una good evening and una all get a nice weekend. Christmas they come. I wish everybody go able to enjoy your holiday quietly. Let we enter into the new year and see what you go do. And I thank you. We go meet on Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, history does not whisper. It speaks again and again with unmistakable clarity. From the grandeur of Rome to the golden cities of Mali, from the bustling markets of Istanbul to the scholarly halls of Timbuktu, empires have risen, shone, and crumbled, and each time their collapse was not truly caused by the sword from without, but by the silence within. They fell when trust broke down. They fell when elites hoarded power and wealth. They fell when pluralism, once their greatest strength, was suffocated by fear, corruption, and ethnic exclusion. And today, I ask us to look, not to the past, but to ourselves, to Sierra Leone. For if we are honest, we must admit that the same slow erosion that swallowed great empires is eating at the roots of our nation. Our statecraft is cracking, not all at once and not loudly, but cracks begin quietly. We see them when rural communities feel invisible to central decisions. We see them when tribal loyalties trump national unity. We see them when young people lose faith in the ballots and in the institutions meant to protect them. These are not just governance challenges. These are warnings. The very same patterns that broke Mali and Songhay are present here. Over-centralization, elite capture, ethnic politicization, cultural suppression, and yet history also offers us a way forward. in Sierra Leone's darkest hour, after war had scarred our land, it was not only government programs or foreign aid that restored peace. It was our people. It was our ritual systems. It was our elders. The poorer and Sunday societies did what institutions could not. They brought reconciliation, restored dignity, and rebuilt trust. That is the lesson we must learn again. We must rebuild the state, not just structurally but spiritually. We must empower local governance, not just by name, but by giving absolute authority and resources. We must institutionalize pluralism, not as a political slogan, but as a daily reality. Let every language, every lineage, every region feel seen in the nation's story. We must stop treating culture as decoration and start treating it as the bedrock of governance. Law and ritual can coexist. Custom and constitution can strengthen each other. We must make fairness visible. Let taxes fund roads, schools, and clinics in every district, not just in capital cities. Let young people from every ethnicity believe they can lead, not by patronage, but by merit. And above all, we must tell a new national story. One not based on what divides us, but what binds us. Our shared survival, our shared struggle, and our shared hope. Let us be the generation that learns from the fall of empires, not by lamenting them, but by refusing to repeat them. Let us not wait for collapse. Let us choose cohesion. Let us build a Sierra Leone where no tribe is forgotten, no voice is ignored, and no child grows up believing their surname already decides their future. History will judge us, not by the titles